Development of J. Gatsby. Early in the book, Gatsby is established as a dreamer who is charming, gracious, and a bit mysterious. As the story unfolds, however, the reader slowly learns what defines the mystery. That everything he has done in his adult life has been with the sole purpose of fulfilling the most unrealistic dream, to recapture the past to make Daisy fall in love with him again. Gatsby is in many ways, as the title also refers to, great, but when looking at him critically, some of the things he stands for may not be so admirable. The story Gatsby goes from being poor to rich, which makes him a great example of the American dream. He starts his life with little as the son of fairly unsuccessful farmers. At a time he chooses to leave his home and set out into the big world. Among other things, he met an old drunk sailor named Dan Cody, who he sailed to many places with. Dan Cody was also the person who taught Gatsby the use of elocution and the expression old sport, which Gatsby makes use of a lot of times throughout the story. After some time, he developed from Jimmy Gats into J. Gatsby. After this, life became much different, although he was still in need of money. He was no longer tied to his early years, but could in some way rewrite his own past. And then he fell in love with the beautiful, charming Daisy Fay. After meeting Daisy, everything Gatsby did was because of him trying to win Daisy's heart. But after Gatsby had gone into war, Daisy left Gatsby and married Tom Buchanan because of one single thing: money. Daisy could not be together with Gatsby because he did not have enough money, which Tom Buchanan had. When Gatsby went home from war, he tried to make money so he could be together with Daisy, which he succeeded in doing. But his rather fast way of making money was on the long term not good enough for Daisy, a so-called old rich.
There are some aspects of J. Gatsby that call into question the admiration. Gatsby's money did not come from inheritance, as he would like people to believe, but from organized crime, bootlegging. The story takes place during the time of Prohibition, and Gatsby has profited greatly from selling liquor illegally. In addition, while people come to Gatsby's parties in droves, he really knows very little about them, and it's very superficial. In fact, he doesn't want to know much about them, only if they know Daisy. All the parties he set up are in the hopes of Daisy to appear or show up one day. For example, Gatsby's friendship with Nick really begins to blossom only after he finds out that Nick is Daisy's cousin. So maybe Gatsby is really just using Nick to his own advantage. To understand the character of J. Gatsby, you must focus on his blind love to Daisy. Everything he does, every purchase he makes, every party he throws, is all part of his grand scheme to bring Daisy back into his life. In one sense, this is a lovely romantic gesture, but in another sense, it is a childish illusion. By being so focused on his dream of Daisy, Gatsby moves further and further into a fantasy world. His inability to deal with reality sets him outside the norm, and eventually his way of holding on to his dream of being together with Daisy leads to his death. Gatsby is completely unable to realize that his dream is not reality, and this appears clearly throughout the story. He sees what he is doing as noble and honorable things. Gatsby is quite literally, fatally idealistic. He can't wait to distance himself from his past in terms of his family, but yet he lives his adult life trying to recapture the past he had with Daisy. He is in love with the idea of Daisy, not actually Daisy as she herself is.